Hi, welcome to the Tryforce podcast, where we talk about video games, we talk about movies, anime now, apparently.
Yeah, we're fucking multimedia at this point.
That alone is going to get us copyright.
Watch the show. No.
It's the Tryforce.
Hello, welcome to the Tryforce podcast, which for the past few weeks, or months, has been run by my boys Colton and Z.
Hey.
Oh, there's my boy Colton. Have you missed me?
I have very, very much. I don't know if you've listened to the end of literally every podcast we have done since, but I have been keeping the next time we're doing something else thing alive, so...
Thank you.
Absolutely.
For those of you guys who don't know, I have stated that I was moving, but the truth is that I actually got lost somewhere in the realm of darkness. But it's fine. Colton and Z came to save me, and now we're here. Except for Z's not here, because I think we left him there.
Yeah, I was noticing our party was a little light when we left.
Well, it's fine, because I grabbed somebody else to come help us with this week's podcast. But, you know... We'll get to that in a second. It's me, Rain, your favorite host, now spelt with an X for some reason now that I'm back. And Colton's here.
Fine. It's all good. But the weird part is it's in a different spot every single time I look at your name. So.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why this is happening.
Yeah, it's very strange, but we'll make it through. We'll make it through. I'll just make sure not to write it too many times.
Yeah, just write it one time. And we're joined today by somebody who I've never gotten to record with, so I'm really excited. So I'm going to pass the mic over to you, and you can introduce yourself.
Hey, it's me. Conduit again.
Ooh, it's that sultry voice.
I found a Keyblade. And I guess I'm doing that now.
I just picked it up, and here I am. Now I got to save the world, I guess.
Yeah.
Worlds.
I walked out of my apartment, and it was just laying there, and
Have animals started
I guess that's
talking
just my
to you?
life now.
If animals
that?
start talking to you,
Animals, there was a duck and a dog.
I'm so sorry.
And,
You're the main character now.
Well, they were with some other stringy-looking kid, and they kind of were like, hey, what's going on? And then, you know.
Oh, well, damn.
Then Colton was like, Rain's in the Shadow Realm. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means. But we're going there, I guess.
I just love the idea of, like, you reaching down to touch the Keyblade, and, like, as your hand gets closer to it, Donald's incoherent rambling turns into English, and then you pull it back, and it goes back, reach down, pull it back, reach down, pull it back.
It's the kid standing there with the duck that, like, you're like, I could have sworn that guy was having a conversation with a real duck, and then you just start hearing words, and you're like, what the fuck
clothes
is
start
this?
to appear, and then it's standing on its leg. You know, it's like, it has arms now. And it's like, whoa, this is a little too much.
I like
but
the
anyway,
idea. Goofy's a dog, right?
Yeah, Goofy's
Yeah.
a dog.
So it's like you just hear like, you just put your hand on it. It's like, guard, Sora, we
you
gotta
pick up
go.
the Keyblade, and it's still.
We gotta protect the world borders.
You put it down, it goes back to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh goodness, that is amazing.
Too much.
Oh man, those are. I think those qualify as weird thoughts. I've been having some of those lately. So,
Like, is any of this for real or
Absolutely.
nah?
absolutely.
Or not.
Holy
nah.
shit! Can I just say something? By the way,
Yes.
like before we get started, I have been looking forward to this podcast as well because I was like, oh yeah, I can go play Kingdom Hearts 3. I can get a vague idea of how Kingdom Hearts works because I'll be honest, I never grew up with Kingdom Hearts the way you guys did, and I never took a real interest in it as a child, but like I went through it now and I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna watch a complete history of Kingdom Hearts. How hard could that
good luck.
be?
I'm so sorry. Rest in peace.
Oh God, I'm so glad we delayed it 2 weeks because that's exactly as long as I fucking needed. I felt like today, I felt like I was studying for a test. Like, and I remember we delayed the podcast for a little bit, and it felt the exact same way. That like getting an email from my professor like, oh yeah, we're gonna have the exam next week, so make sure you come prepared next week. I got that text. I'm like, because I
I was gonna say, I think like I'm about to drop a little bit of tea, like a little behind the scenes tea. Originally, this was just gonna be me and Conduit.
Right.
And then,
Yep.
you know, I was in the realm of darkness. It is my own fault. I really tried. And Colton was like, nah, man, I can do this. I can learn the lore. And I was like, good luck. Conduit and I will handle it without you.
The first iteration, I just tried. I was like, I don't know anything about the Shadow Realm. I just found my Keyblade. Reigns in the Shadow Realm. I didn't consult the master, Colton, firsthand. Big mistake.
Yeah.
And I had to retreat. And here we are now.
Yeah, I just remember I was like, I was doing the research for this, and I was watching an entire playthrough of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, and I was like, oh, this is a fucking awesome game. And I got to the end of it, and I was like, this seems suspiciously not like Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 also. So
I loved when you texted me and you were like, I just realized that this was one game. And I was like, yeah, Final Mix is just the first game, Colton.
Yeah.
There's like 10 other games to get through.
and you were just like, the video, and I'm like, we're still in Kingdom Hearts 1. This is like, oh my god. And then I looked, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just kind of speed run through Kingdom Hearts 2. It is a 22-hour experience from start to finish. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 is 40 hours.
Right. Is that DLC included, or is that just
I was about to be like, I beat 3 in 30 hours. What you talking about? But yeah, the DLC is pretty long too.
Oh,
I'll tell you
my
the truth.
God.
I still haven't beat Kingdom Hearts 3. And I guess I can get into the sort of qualms I have with that. Spoilers ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the real quick A, spoilers ahead, and B,
there we go.
What we're talking about today, because there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts podcasts on this channel, a lot that I've done with a good friend of mine, Allie, and this is the first time Colton's even really doing a Kingdom Hearts podcast.
I know, I came in at the end of one, and that was really it, but like...
That was about it, but... We're talking about something that happened a couple of weeks ago. They released the trailers for Kingdom Hearts 4, the new phone game, the continuation of the phone game that's already out, and we thought we would start by just kind of going over what happened in 3 and in the DLC, just to recap and get everybody on the same page and talk about what we would like to happen in the series.
Yeah, it looks so fun. I can't believe Sora's paying rent. I just like it feels. He looks older. He looks a lot older, and that's
the stress of finding out what.
Yeah, I was about to say. It looks like he's just getting a couple years on just from living in the metro.
Just from
he woke up and they went,
taxpayer.
"You owe $10 million in rent for this apartment," and he was like, "What?
Can you
What's
believe
$1?"
I have to get a job.
Why is money spelled like this?
Exactly. But
did you see that they doxed him literally 4 hours after the trailer came out?
Yes.
They found the apartment that his that the whole trailer was based on. I'm like, I cannot believe y'all fucking doxed.
That was
it's real. It's a
real place.
Oh shit! I had no idea.
So
I heard that it was based off of a city in Japan, right? And wow, I didn't realize
it's
it was a real-ass
actually
place.
the most expensive area to live in Japan is where it's based off of. And the second thing is that in an interview, they were explaining how the worlds work for 4, and they were like, oh yeah, it's our world, but to Sora, it's a fictional world, the same way that to us, Kingdom Hearts is fictional. Right. And I was like, I love that. I want to live in Sora's world where our world and taxes is like, fake.
Yeah. Oh my God, that sounds like a dream.
Me in.
I mean, I like. I mean, it isn't too outlandish to think of it that way. I think, especially with like how a lot of media franchises are kind of like tackling. What is it, like sort of like the multiverse type shenanigans? I mean, you look at Dragon Ball Super. I mean, Marvel's doing it all the time now, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, the second multiverse became mainstream, any fucking thing is possible.
Right.
Me
Oh, yeah.
pointing at Kingdom Hearts. This was my multiverse.
Right.
Yo,
And
we
yeah,
might
it's like
have a
that's the way it's
multiverse.
been happening ever since, the beginning, right? Sora leaves Destiny Islands and then goes to Traverse Town and then, all the other Disney worlds. It's like that, all those other, in Tarzan's world, all of that is completely normal. And then, Donald, Goofy, and Sora are all just like, wait, whoa, huh? Like, what's all this? And then,
Gorsh.
they get Gorsh.
Sometimes I forget that Goofy is in the game. Like I was
Right.
watching through the DLC of 3 and fucking like there's such the most serious scene I have ever seen in this game where it's like Xion, Axel and Roxas, they're fighting, I believe, Xemnas, and like Xemnas is about to fucking put the final strike to Axel, and just Goofy in the background, like, Gorsh. Sometimes I forget his ass is in the game, and I'm like...
It reminds me of, like, Angela's going through Kingdom Hearts right now.
Right.
And there's at the end of the, Days movie, there's, like, this really emotional cutscene, and then Mickey Mouse is just there, and they were like, I'm supposed to take it seriously? I'm here fucking crying, and then all of a sudden Mickey Mouse is here, and I was like, yeah, welcome to the series. It'll do that.
It fucking rips me out of the immersion.
Yeah.
I mean, you also have to remember, this is a game series that felt they needed to explain why Mickey Mouse is shirtless at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 and created an ending to a different game to explain that. Yeah. All right,
My God.
This is the series we're dealing with. I don't know what to tell everybody. This is just where we are.
I also cannot believe that Donald fucking Duck is the second most powerful mage in the Final Fantasy universe.
Yeah.
Like that, bro. Come on.
During my research during this little thing, I discovered, because I was always really curious about like how the Final Fantasy characters ended up where they did, and all this other stuff. And apparently, so like Traverse Town, I guess I'll just go on a little bit of a Kingdom Hearts 1 lore thing, but like Traverse Town apparently exists for people where their worlds have already been destroyed.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why all the Final Fantasy characters are there, because it's assumed that their worlds were destroyed, right? So that would mean all of their mages are also gone. So it's like, I guess it's really not that hard to come in second place when there's just no other mages left. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess
He
it's
got
not hard
you there.
You're right. I understand that, but like in the entire fucking Final Fantasy universe.
Yeah, I mean, I
absolutely
don't know
not. I'm
what
sure,
you
like-
expected when it came to like Disney being involved.
Right.
Oh my lord!
I was about to say Vivi's probably more powerful, but then I was like, he died. But then I was like, wait, he was in Kingdom Hearts 2.
There was only 2 other characters in the entirety of Square Enix, actually, to use this fucking spell, and it was in Bravely Default and Final Fantasy XIV. Those are the only other 2 instances we have seen this spell, and Donald fucking Duck is able to do it, man. Come on.
What spell was it?
It's Zeta Flare.
That's
Oh.
because his friends are his power. Did you learn
friends are his
nothing
power.
from the Kingdom Hearts?
Man almost
videos?
turned himself into an entree with it, but it was totally fine. Like,
Listen, okay, sometimes it's worth it. It wasn't
Absolutely.
exactly worth it there, I'm not gonna
No.
fucking lie, but like sometimes it's worth it.
can we also appreciate that Xehanort just fucking tanked it? Like, holy
yeah.
Yeah, what does that say
shit.
about him?
Yeah, what does that say about him? That's
You remember
fucking
that-
crazy.
I was about to be like, Colton, you remember that one podcast that you were like there for the recording of where I was describing the differences between the Ansem, Xehanort, Xemnas, and I was like, it's just the differences between dad, and father. Xehanort tanking that was daddy. That was a daddy moment.
That was a daddy
yeah.
moment.
And that's
Absolutely
coming
a daddy
from
moment.
me, who's gay. So if that says anything, that was a daddy TM trademark it moment.
All rights reserved. Holy shit, man. That is funny. I actually did, now that you bring that up, I feel like just saying that the Kingdom Hearts universe is not as complicated as I thought it was going to be. You know, I'm going to piss off a lot of people with this statement, but it's like the JoJo universe. It makes no fucking sense if you cherry pick any of the parts of the Kingdom Hearts universe, but when you put them all together in context, it works.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's the thing,
absolutely.
like,
I totally agree with that.
It looks confusing from like an outsider
Oh, yeah.
standpoint, especially when you start telling them, oh, there are no side games, like every single game is important. Then they're like, oh no, this is fucking weird. But then if you sat down and you really sit through all of it, you're kind of like, oh yeah, this connects to this and this connects to this. Oh, okay. Like,
It's really no more convoluted than a lot of other popular sort of franchises, I think.
the same people that like shit on Kingdom Hearts for being complicated are the same people that never played Halo 3 ODST. I said it. I said it. I said it. The same people who thought ODST was bad. That's it. So,
I agree, but that is most certainly a hot take.
absolutely. You know, it's just, you got to understand that a lot of these games take place at the same time and that, you know, other people besides Sora exist, you know,
Yeah.
and you can play as other people.
dude,
So-
do you know how many people got pissed that Roxas happened in Kingdom Hearts 2? And they were like, well, I don't want to play anymore. And I'm like, he's there for fucking 7 days. Calm down.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I'm like, God forbid these are the same people that were playing Halo 2.
Wait,
How did
people
they
actually
not,
complained about Roxas? I thought that was dope. I was
No,
confused as a
so,
young lad.
so many people complained about it. And people were like, they saw Roxas and they're like, this isn't Sora. They didn't want to play. But like, I don't know how to say this. Aqua's like my favorite playable character. Like, I
Aqua's
don't even
fucking awesome.
like, I don't even
Aqua is
actually
awesome.
like Sora that much.
I
but then
really
again-
related with Sora as a young lad. I told this on our first recording.
Oh, say it
Can't
again.
remember. I'll say it again. We're preaching on the mountaintop. I had a pair of red shorts as a young lad, some like cargo shorts, and it was around the time Kingdom Hearts 1 came out. And I think it was like my birthday or like Christmas or something. And I like, you know, I was like, oh my God, it's just like Sora's shorts. And anytime I wore them, I would always just be like, look at me. Little Conduit in my red shorts.
at
I'm
me.
Sora.
It's all right, Conduit. We get you some hair gel. We could spike your
Oh,
hair
hell
up
yeah.
a little
We
bit.
go
Get
big
you
on
the
it.
Kingdom Key.
Nah, fuck the Kingdom Key, man. Guardian Soul all day long. We'll get into that later.
I was about to
Hell
be like, we'll
yeah.
get there. I'm gonna say we fucked around a little bit. You
Yeah.
guys ready to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 and get
Yeah,
a
let's
Fucked
little
around a little
recap
bit.
going?
Now it's time to find out. Let's
I'm
go.
ready to complain. I'm ready to complain.
I just would like to point out, if anybody heard that, my cat is trying to fight my kitten through a
shit.
solid wooden door.
That
And
works.
I'm really sorry.
I didn't hear it.
You're telling me a fight is taking place on both sides of a door? What is this? Kingdom Hearts 1?
No, this is Kingdom Hearts 4. We're in the real world, bitch.
Oh, shit. I'm so glad Sora was able to find shoes that fit. All he needed was a Skechers, that's all.
Yeah.
He just needed to look harder.
Just a
but
real
anyway.
quick trip to the shoe carnival.
Absolutely.
He needed to hit up the unique, you know?
He did really hit up the unique, right? Right as
For
he
those
got there.
wondering, that is a giant thrift store
Oh,
here
yeah.
in New York.
Absolutely.
But-
Sounds great.
It is a large thrift store. But anyway, Kingdom Hearts 3. And we've talked about this on the podcast before, but Kingdom Hearts 3 came out a few years ago. And I know, Conduit, you got some complaints. I'm going to start off with my complaint. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah. I'm with you on that. one.
underwhelmed.
That seems to be the consensus. for
Mechanically and gameplay, I thought it was great. I mean, it
Yeah.
was the best feeling Kingdom Hearts, I think, of all. You know, I mean, I thought the flow was really good. I thought, like, you know, the sort of like transforming Keyblade mechanics was like really cool, like the special attacks. But boy, did it just feel so dry.
I would say that's exactly it. Also, like, for a game that starts off and it's like, Sora, you failed the Mark of Mastery exam, so you have no power and you need to fucking fix that shit. The second you get to play as him, I was like, actually, you can really see how much he's grown. And I was really
Yeah.
appreciative of that, because I was like, this is really like flowy and like fast paced. And if you go back to Kingdom Hearts 1, you're going to sit there and be like, the game is dragging, which is exactly
Right.
how I feel as
Yeah.
I'm playing it now.
Only if you
But,
picked
like,
Warrior, though.
What'd you say?
Is it only if you picked Warrior? Sorry,
Well, yeah,
I'm salty.
that's because you are never going to get Treasure Magnet, and that's your own fault. But like,
I like to hit things.
but when you like start getting through the story, like don't get me wrong, there's a lot of parts that are really, really cool, but the game definitely at the end is unfinished, and without the DLC, it's just doesn't feel complete.
Yeah, I think I got as far. The last thing I remember, I think I got further than this, but the last thing I remember playing Kingdom Hearts 3 was the Monsters Inc. world.
Okay.
I love the Toy Story world, first of all. So I mean, Toy Story just has it just hits. You know, I love Toy Story, so that was like really dope. And it's like the stuff that happened in the worlds was like really action packed, and the cutscenes were cool, and like, you know, the stuff that like I'm thinking about the Monsters Inc. world, right, and just how like, you know, intense it was at times. And I thought that was like really, really cool. But then it's like the moments where you were talking about Kingdom Hearts stuff, like Yen sit up in his tower or whatever. It just felt like all the emotion and everything was just like sucked out of the room. You know, it felt really weird to me. I don't know. And I since watched like, you know, the cutscene movie and watched the stuff from the DLC where finally they bring back the Final Fantasy characters. But, you know,
Yeah, right?
there's
Where
that
the
glaring
fuck were they?
Yeah.
bit of information that, you know, the vanilla game doesn't have any Final Fantasy characters. But yeah, I don't know. The writing and the pacing was just really strange, and it totally sucked me out.
I understood what they were going for, because they were going for something like not saying that the other games didn't have serious moments. Obviously they did, but there was a lot more, I guess, Disney influence on like Kingdom Hearts 1 and like 2 and even like the other games, like quote unquote side games, had a very big like Disney flow, and like we can't keep it too dark. But then you got to 3 and it was like, okay, we're gonna get really fucking serious on this because this is serious time. And it was like,
To me, it was almost the opposite.
It just felt like, I don't want to say they were trying too hard. It just felt like they aimed for something and they kind of like threw the ball way past what they were trying to get to.
Yeah.
And like missed it. And I'm not saying the game wasn't good. I still really did enjoy the game. There are a lot of parts that I really liked. Especially whenever Marluxia got to be involved, but I'm a simp for him, so. Also, they brought back my favorite character and made him important, which was great for me. And all of the scenes with him, I cried. But like, if you're not an Ienzo simp, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
But like, it felt like going through the worlds was very weird. Almost too linear.
You know what it felt like? It felt like, I mean, this could also just be my cynical self. This was around the time that Frozen was still very popular and Tangled was extremely popular. I felt like this game didn't really serve very much story in the Disney worlds. You know, I felt like this was just a place for people to play in the Disney worlds and kind of just exist in those worlds, and all of the big story happened outside of that.
I'm going to counterpoint you for 1 second if you don't
please.
think that the most important storyline did not happen in the Toy Story world, and that was Woody telling fucking young Xehanort that he didn't have a fucking heart.
Oh,
That's right.
That's the most important
dude.
scene.
Just because
Woody
most
burnt his ass to
Fucking
a crisp.
came for his life. I
know
was like,
what?
fuck Sora, get Woody to fucking be the Keyblade master. Get
oh
him
my
on
god,
this shit.
if Woody
Yeah, no
became
one
part of the
loved you.
main cast,
It's like, damn, Woody, chill.
yeah, Woody absolutely came for blood, and I appreciate that. But like, you know what they also missed? Nicole and I were talking about this the other day. They missed such a perfect opportunity to make Elsa a Heartless.
That
Yeah.
or, you know, some other nefarious. I mean, Maleficent and Pete have been dicking around this whole time doing absolutely nothing except for scheming.
God, I forget
How
How
that
could
Pete's
she
in the
not have
game
been
too.
like, you know, the missing link to bring them back into the fold?
Yeah. Like, Elsa was the perfect candidate to see how this shit could go wrong.
Right.
Like, what was the wolf? Why was the wolf?
That was the wolf.
They had it. They had it in the pocket.
It also just felt
God.
like this game, and you guys can correct me if you feel differently, but it felt like this game didn't really have much of a reason to be going to the Disney worlds minus Hercules.
Yeah.
You know, like it was like, oh, we're gonna go to Hercules to do this power of waking shit, and then it was kind of like, okay, well, go do what you normally do, and everyone else is gonna actually do the important shit until we need you.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and this is what I where you said that like Kingdom Hearts 3 was kind of missing that Disney flow and flair. I felt like there was too much. I felt like Disney, and this is just my opinion. I have no research to back this claim up, but I just feel like Disney had too much to do with Kingdom Hearts 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it was missing a lot of that Square sort of like
Edge, like grit.
Yeah, it was missing that Square grit, you know what I mean? Because like the other ones, they felt like Final Fantasy story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even with the Disney characters, it was still goofy and fun, but like, you know, there was a seriousness to it.
Yeah.
There were stakes, you know.
Stakes. That's a great
it
way
felt
to put
like it felt like a playful jaunt through Disney World the entire time. And you're right. I think Disney had way too much to do with this, and I honestly think they used this game just as a fucking promo for all of their other IPs at the time. Because this is Toy Story 4 era, this is Frozen era, this is Tangled era. Like they're trying to get all of that stuff out, and they were just about to release, I believe, Monsters University. So like, I
Monsters
think
University had already been out.
had it. Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, but the thing
you know
is,
what?
like,
That's definitely
yeah, that was out, and Frozen was out, but like they made the second Frozen movie. Tangled is my favorite movie of all time.
Tangled World was dope. I'm gonna say that.
But like,
Tangled
beautiful
was dope.
world, favorite world of Kingdom Hearts 3.
is it bad? I still
But,
haven't seen
like,
it yet.
You haven't seen Tangled?
I have not seen Tangled. I'm going to sit
you
down
need
with
to get
Nicole
on
and
that.
watch it.
Oh
now.
my god, wait, you're coming over on Sunday. We're watching Tangled.
Yeah.
Everyone note
Sorry,
it. We're
church.
watching Tangled on Sunday.
I do feel like
Gotta
that
skip the
one
sermon.
picture
Gotta
where he's
skip the
got.
sermon for Tangled.
Yeah.
I feel like he's literally. I feel like I'm literally that scene where he's surrounded by all the spears. But like,
But, like,
I haven't seen Tangled.
But like the thing with this, like I was trying to say, like, what I mean by like it's missing the Disney like flow is that like when you went to the worlds, you got to like explore and like different things were going on, and this just felt very like, hey, did you see the movie? Here's the plot.
yeah.
Go in a straight line till you get there. And then like they threw in like the shit with like Marluxia shows up here and Larxene shows up here and like Vexen's doing some crazy science shit, which like yes, chef's kiss for that. But like
As they be doing.
I feel like my favorite parts should not have been like Entangled, my favorite fucking movie, should not have been me going, oh, my favorite part's actually when Marluxia shows up and is like, hey, Sora, remember me? You don't remember me? Well, I'm here to fuck your shit up, bitch. And then leaves. Like, why is that my favorite part?
I'm gonna go dance in the town square then.
Yeah, Sora, I'm gonna go now. And like Larxene shows up in the Frozen world and is like, hey bitch, I made this giant fucking frozen maze. Do you remember me? No. The fuck you mean no? Sora
out here with the absolute worst memory of any video game
I know,
character
right?
I've ever seen.
actually no, his memory was erased of them.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, they all must think he's such a dick.
Oh yeah, they're all probably sitting there going, the fuck you mean? We fought. Do you not remember this?
it?
Sora.
So wait, did he get? Let me get a refresher real quick. Did he get his memory wiped again in Dream Drop Distance?
No, he got his
Okay,
memory
so-
wiped of Chain of Memories.
That's what I
doesn't-
thought. Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought. That's what I
So,
thought.
Chain of Memories, long story short, for those who haven't played it, because I know a lot of people haven't played it, which go fucking play it, it's a great game. But Sora goes right after Kingdom Hearts 1 into this castle, fights a bunch of organization members, and at the end, he gets his memories wiped. Yay. The end.
And that's where he gets put in that
The egg.
pod, right?
Yeah.
He's getting put in the egg, and then I believe
that's how
Naminé is
Roxas
like,
gets his whole shit going on.
gotcha, and that's why Roxas and Shion have their memories.
Yeah,
And then
100%.
like, yeah, okay, all right. I'm trying to piece it together myself too.
It's all right.
There's a
I
lot.
got
There's
you.
a lot to take in. That's for sure.
Obviously,
Oh,
any
yeah.
questions, throw them at me. I got you. But
Definitely.
Another
Go
chief complaint of
Yeah.
mine, and it's like I feel like I'm just shitting on Kingdom Hearts 3 this fucking whole time, but like, it has its merits, and the DLC, which I think we'll get to here in a minute, phenomenal. I haven't played it myself, but phenomenal. It's like I just feel like Sora has been through all this shit and done all of this stuff despite his shortcomings, and I feel like he's still treated like a child. I mean, he's got to be like close to at least over driving age by the time Kingdom Hearts 3 rolls around, and he's still like, "Oh,
He's
Sora, you're not good
16.
enough. You're not good
Yeah,
enough."
he's
Okay,
16.
he can get behind the wheel.
He's
He can,
actually, I think he's only 15. He's like 15,
hold on,
16.
We'll have to check this out.
Although I
No, he's
think if I-
15. He's 15.
yeah, he's
There he is.
15, so he can get his permit.
But at
yeah.
the same time, fucking, it doesn't
Riku's
matter.
16 and he gets treated a lot better, but the thing is, there's such a like stigma about being a Keyblade master, and Sora didn't get that, you know? And like that's why like we all look at Riku, and Riku's like going down into the realm of darkness, and he's going to do all this fucking heavy ass shit. And it's like Sora's dancing in town square with
Yeah.
Rapunzel.
Sora's dicking around with Donald and Goofy. Like, yeah.
like, but I get you. I get that though. So the plot of Kingdom Hearts 3 is pretty much what you would expect if you followed along with the Kingdom Hearts series. Sora lost his fucking power. He goes to find his power. We find all of the other Keyblade masters. We fight some fucking people. Sora saves the Disney worlds. And then he has to fight Xehanort.
Yeah. I mean, it's too straightforward.
I mean, you know, there were some surprises.
Yeah.
Enzo created the iPhone and FaceTime.
That
No
he
one
did.
saw that coming.
That's a historic landmark event right there.
Listen, they made my favorite character important in this game, which was the only thing I asked for. So Nomura, mwah, thank you. I'll remember you forever for doing that for me. That felt like it was a personal like favor. But thank you. But there were like parts that if you didn't play like the phone game were confusing, and I will apologize to the fandom. Yes, the mobile game is important.
That's the Keyblade War one, right?
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
get to the Keyblade War, when you get to the Keyblade shit, the Keyblade Graveyard, and all the fucking people show up to like save Sora, and all the names kind of showed up on the side. That was a competition that was held on the phone game to get into that.
My God.
I didn't win, obviously,
Oh shit.
but I tried.
I remember that. I wow, what a Rain just pointed their Keyblade at my noggin and just unlocked a memory just now.
That's what I
Like,
do.
wow. I totally forgot about that competition.
Yeah, it was like if you like you had to get like a certain amount of points or something. Once again, like I said, didn't make it, but I really fucking tried. But it's okay because me and Enzo are practically the same person, so I am in Kingdom Hearts. But the whole you know trilogy, we're gonna put that in quotes because there's like 13 games, comes to an end here, you know. Sora and the other lights are gonna battle the 13 darknesses. You get some really heart-wrenching moments. Zigbar fucking jumps off the goddamn edge of the thing and commits suicide, but he's not really dead, which was a fun moment.
Oh, Zigbar.
All of the 13 start dying at the end because, like, you're battling them. If you're me, you cried the whole ending of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, man.
It was a lot. It was like a punch
doozy.
in the gut.
After watching the end, I'm kind of like upset with myself for not like just powering through the things that I really didn't like about Kingdom Hearts 3, because I was like, oh my, it goes like 0 to like a million.
It
Yeah,
does.
The DLC, like, the DLC felt like a totally separate game. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like that. Yeah, you know what? It filled in all the gaps that Kingdom Hearts 3, vanilla left. But holy fuck, did Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC was a smack in the face like I have never felt.
Yep.
Ever. It's like, I feel like Nomura read the reviews for vanilla Kingdom Hearts 3, and he's like, fuck. All right, y'all want a game? Here the fuck you go.
Here comes some game.
Like, the DLC, like, was planned with 3, and, like, we all knew it was coming. But the thing is that we waited so long for 3 that I feel like everybody who was kind of like, well, you've been waiting for so long that it's not going to stand up to your expectations. And, like, I was like, fuck you, you're wrong. And now I'm sitting here kind of like, God damn it, they were right.
I can't believe they
Why were they right?
No, I don't think that they were right. I think that vanilla Kingdom Hearts 3 was just, it was kind of not bad, but it was weird.
It was really weird coming from everything.
Because I'll tell you what,
I
I thought the same thing. I was like, is this just the nostalgia shades? And then I like went back and like watched some cutscenes from like 1 and 2, and I was like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like the writing was off, the pacing was off. Something was off.
It felt like almost a weird rush to the end.
That's probably what it was. To
get you to that part of the story.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, the end of 3 is still so fucking good.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, whoo. And then, Colton, to go on what you were saying, when you get to the DLC, now, for those who haven't played it, the DLC is the complete ending of 3 again, but coming from the perspective of Sora after what has happened. And going back to try to stop what happened, because Kairi ends up dying by the hands of Xehanort, because Xehanort's like, oh, you don't want to fight me? I'll make you fight me. And he kills her. And Sora goes and they have this whole fight, and Sora wins anyway, because that's how we do it here.
I just can't believe that part. Like, just to stop you for 1 second. When Xehanort killed Kairi, I was like, this is the first time we've seen, like, a major death like that in the Kingdom Hearts series just come out. And he did it like nothing. He's just fuck it, clap. And I'm like...
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Kairi is not my favorite character.
No, God, no.
But I was really upset because I was like, no, she spent all of this time training. And it was the same thing where I got really upset because the battle that Lee has with, like, Sayax and Xemnas, and they're like, that's not a real Keyblade, and they break his Keyblade. And I'm like, bruh, these two just spent so long fucking training to help with this fight. And what do they get for it?
I'm gonna be real with you. I think Kairi was my first video game crush. Like conduit lore. Hashtag conduit lore.
Conduit lore.
So that
We're getting conduit lore on live.
That shit fucked me up.
Listen,
sorry,
man,
Sora. You're gonna have to take a step to the side there, friend.
You know what though?
Riku was my first my first video game crush. It was Riku, so
I feel like if I had played this game when I was a kid, I feel like Xion would have been my crush. You know, like I feel like when you put Kairi and Shion in the same picture, it's like that one yearbook picture where it's like Kairi and then the better Kairi.
And then you have Naminé at the end, and it's like the best Kairi because I really love Naminé.
Naminé's great.
That just to go back to the Kairi thing, it really fucking like upset me because she really worked so hard to get here.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know, she had her whole like, no, I'm gonna protect Sora this time, and I was like, fuck yeah, bitch, let's go. She's dead.
Yeah.
She's
Be
she's
cut
dead.
down so quickly, you know what I mean? Like
Not only
shit.
so quickly, but so easily. That's
Yeah.
the word. It was literally just a clap. It was that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, you can't just do that to a character. You know?
I mean, like, let's be real. I mean, that's almost like an Aerith level moment right there.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't even think it was that. I feel like Aerith had a build up to her death. It just didn't fucking happen. You know, like it was. It was.
Well, I
so-
mean, let's be real. It kind of came out of.
it kind of did just happen, but like,
Yeah,
you know,
let's-
at least
let's
we knew.
forget that Final Fantasy VII came out almost 30 years ago.
We know.
Don't
I
age
felt
me on live, Conduit.
I felt a fucking pang of sciatica as you said that. But like, I just like, oh my god. It may have been out of nowhere, but at the same time, like the way that Aerith was positioned in that scene, the way that she was built up in that scene, we knew some shit was about to happen to her. But like, Kairi was just yoinked and killed. And I'm just like, oh my god, it felt awful. It felt awful watching that. But I also, on the other side of that, think it needed to happen like that. Because it needed to show just who the fuck they were dealing with. You know?
Yeah,
Like
100%.
it led to the magnitude of Xehanort, of just how powerful he is, that he can just snatch up a main character and knock her out. Done.
I think
like-
it also, because of how that then affects like what happens in the DLC,
Yeah.
it also shows the strength of Xehanort, where Sora, what you do in the DLC is you're going and collecting the fragments of Kairi throughout everybody and everyone's hearts, and then in the location where the last battle happens, and Xehanort just kind of comes out after Sora's collected a bunch of pieces and is like, oh, you're still missing a piece? Yeah, I know. I didn't make it so you could get out of here. So
my
she's still gonna
God.
die. And it's like
He's
Sora just sitting there going,
such-
You aren't supposed to know. You're not supposed to know that I'm doing this. This is supposed to be like my way to get this done and save her. And it was like this moment that fucked me up playing the DLC, because I was just like, no, wait, we're really close.
Yeah.
And then me and my big dumb brain going, we didn't see Riku yet, bitch. And then we go and we, attach to Riku and we get our last piece. And then we finally get what we deserved, which was Kairi kicking Xehanort's ass.
Oh my god, that felt so good to watch.
For those wondering, I picked Kairi every single time. I've replayed the DLC like 4 times, and I pick Kairi every fucking time.
It's cathartic. It really, really is.
Yeah, and I think the first time I played it, I didn't catch right away. And then, going back and replaying it is what exactly Sora was doing when he was doing this, which is breaking, a cardinal rule about being a Keyblade master and having the power of waking.
This part right here of the DLC, I think this was the oh shit.
Yeah,
That was the oh shit for me.
It's kind of where you realize, okay, Sora's gotten away with a lot of shit
Right.
in the past because, he could. There was no one really sitting there going, hey, you can't really fucking do that. And this time he got told, hey, you know that if you do that, there's a penalty, right? There's actual consequences. And he went, yeah, but Kairi, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to
Sora,
do this.
I'm telling you right now, you're gonna go to dimensional jail if you keep this shit up. He's like, all right, whatever.
And
I mean,
how can they catch me if I'm in a
it's
different
that,
dimension?
It's at that point that the Kingdom Hearts universe really opens up, because it's so the only reason why you've been able to get, away with all this shit is because we're over here trying to, rebuild shit because of all the shit that went down before you were around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that really kind of like made me realize just how much there is to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, the literal dimension police showed up and is like, hey, Sora, can't be doing that, man. And then it's like, oh shit, there's all these rules and stuff.
Yeah, and the way that it plays off, especially from like going to the final world, from 3 and then going back as in the DLC, it's playing as, hey, Sora, if you do this, you're gonna die, right? Like, you understand that. And Sora's like, yeah, okay. I'm still gonna do it. Like, I'm the hero. I have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't deserve that. And he's right. She didn't. And it's heartbreaking to see, like, that final, like, scene where, like, they're sitting on the tree and they're having their moment. And then he just kind of fades and it's just Kairi.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you thought the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1 was bad when they, like, get separated,
Yeah.
for the first time, It's like, you thought that was bad.
It's like, just kind of like you thought it was bad, right? At the end of like 3, where you just kind of see like Sora and like all of them on the beach and Kairi's not there. And then now you have the exact like opposite of, no, Kairi's there with everybody and Sora's not.
Right.
And my heart just shattered.
Yeah.
And
it was terrible.
But wait.
There's more. There is more. But what do you got to say, Conduit?
Oh, I was just gonna lead into the secret boss fight at the end of the DLC. I believe it was a secret boss fight.
Yeah. So
unless you had more to add. I don't know.
No, I have something to add after that actually. But so Kingdom Hearts does this thing, which started with Final Mix, I believe, or like the second Final Mix, where they add a boss rush kind of deal. And in Kingdom Hearts 2, it was fighting all of the organization members with their stats maxed out.
Oh my god.
And
hard.
So that happens again in the DLC, where all of their stats are pretty much maxed out. You kind of, if you're not at level 99 with all your abilities and all your shit and the ultimate weapon, don't come for them. That's like how this works. And so after you beat all of them, you unlock a secret boss fight. And it is with, if you didn't play 3, you're going to be like, the fuck you talking about, Rain? It's with a character named Yozora. And you see him in the Toy Story world of 3.
Yeah, he is in advertisements for a Final Fantasy-esque video game in the Toy Story universe.
Yep.
It's just like, wait, what? I was like so taken back by that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you got all sorts of info on the character and how his design came to pass.
Me?
Yeah.
LOL.
If you don't,
funny.
I do, actually.
I was about to be like, I was going to be like, I can't tell you too much. I can tell you that the ending cutscene, whether you win or lose, which there are 2 different cutscenes for those who didn't know. If you win, there's a cutscene, and if you lose, there's a cutscene, because they didn't want you to have to feel like, hey, if you lost, you get nothing.
Right.
So both of those are canon cutscenes, just for people
both
wondering.
endings end up with the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, pretty much.
Yeah, they all line
Like
up.
that, they both lead to that same path. So, Sora loses.
But-
Homie's like, all right, get this guy out of here. And then if Sora wins, I think he like passes out or something like that.
Something like that. But, do you want?
the
do you
carrot,
want
what was
a
his
fun
name
bit
again?
of
I'm sorry.
lore? Yozora.
Yozora. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I found some info. Apparently, this was sort of kind of Tetsuo Nomura's original idea for Noctis for 15, like sort of like how he's designed.
So I was gonna say a fun fact is this cutscene that plays is the exact same cutscene used for Final Fantasy I forgot the name of it now. I'm gonna feel. I think it was Final Fantasy like Versus 13 or whatever. That never ended up happening.
Oh
Really?
yeah, right. Yes. So it was
where
that
it's
was
Noctis in the car,
Uh-huh.
and they took that and they made it this character. They used it and used that exact same cutscene layout for Yozora at the end.
So I think from what if I remember correctly, and the podcast homies can correct me if I'm wrong, but Versus 13 was supposed to be an additional sequel, I think, to 13.
Yeah,
Or
because there
a
was
spin-off
13
of
and
13.
13 too.
Yeah.
and then Lightning Returns.
Yeah,
there's
and then
three.
there-
It got three games. That fucking thing. That
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yes,
Anyway,
it did.
I love 13,
sorry.
man. 13 was great.
Oh yeah, I love 13. One of my favorite Final Fantasy characters is from that one. So.
no, Lightning is awesome. All right, let me get. Lightning is such a cool character. I think she's great.
Listen, any
But I'm just not a
character
fan of Final Fantasy or Final Hallway 13. I'm just not a fan. Okay?
Yeah, listen,
There, I
any
said it.
character
Valid.
named Lightning was going to be fucking great. And you know
Yeah,
that.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like
But I'm a fan of
graphically, it
it.
looked cool. The cutscenes were dope, but the gameplay,
You got to
I just
punch
wasn't
the
vibing.
Pope.
I'm sorry.
That's
You get to punch the Pope in that game. though.
Amen. Amen to that.
But yeah, it was supposed to be something like that, like another kind of spin-off to it. And they took that cutscene and they used it for ya boy.
Yes. So, yeah, it's apparently a lot of what's going to be going into Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be pertaining to some of the elements that Versus 13 didn't get because, I don't know. That's just really exciting stuff. I think we're finally going to get like a proper Kingdom Hearts Square game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I think
with
this is
that
really
Square
it.
storytelling. You know, and I'm
Yes.
super excited to explore Earth.
You know what
Fucking Earth,
I think is going to
you know?
happen? You know what I really, really, really think is going to happen in 4? Is that since this is supposed to be our world, Sora's going to come across advertisements for Disney shit and for Final Fantasy shit. And he's going to be like, wait a minute. So these places exist in this world too, and we're gonna get some crazy shit. I would love to see a Star Wars Sora war, a Star Wars Sora war. Jesus Christ! I would love to see a Star Wars world.
Take your time.
Star
Take your
Wars.
time.
Come on now. Like, I'd love to see a more Final Fantasy world. I'd love to see him go into like the world of 10. I'd love to see him go into 13.
I mean, shit, he knows Titus.
He does know Titus. Like,
He's gonna get there and he's like, Titus, is that you?
How fucking
Titus
bonkers
is
would
gonna
it
be like, the
I
fuck
grew
are
up
you?
with these guys. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We have no idea who you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's gonna be like, wait, what? He's gonna treat the members of the party are gonna treat Sora like he's treated Organization 13 for the past decade. You know?
Sora's
It's
gonna be-
about damn time.
Finally gonna get it.
So that's what that feels like. I would love to see a Final Fantasy 14 Kingdom Hearts world, like a Sora Y'shtola kind of thing. Like I think that'd be fun. Oh, just to see Y'shtola rip into Sora would be amazing.
I just can't wait to see Sora trending on Twitter in game.
Yes.
Them
Oh my
random
God.
kid beats
my
up
God.
giant demon? Question mark.
Yo,
Whoa, what the fuck?
I would love to see Sora accidentally stumble into a convention. Holy
God.
shit.
He sees people dressed up as him. What? Someone comes over to him.
What?
You're not dressed correctly as Sora. His hair's spikier
What a
than
crappy
that.
cosplay.
I would,
Where's your Keyblade?
I would die. I would die.
Sora wears canonically a size 27 clown shoe, not a Skechers.
Holy shit. That would be amazing.
Really quick, before we actually really get into the DLC though, there is something that I need to talk about that has not been spoken about on this podcast because the game wasn't out at the time. We need to talk about what happens in Memory of Melody, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I can because it's Kingdom Hearts. Yes, the Melody rhythm game has lore.
I mean,
We did talk about this, I remember.
Yeah, we talked about this on the Failed podcast. But yeah, it has really important lore to the story.
Would you say you talked about this on the podcast that never was?
Yes. Yes.
The X-Files theme is playing in my head. But yeah, so what happens at the end of the Melody of Memory game is Kairi is in Radiant Garden with Yenzo and Evan, and they're kind of like having her do this experiment to kind of see where she was when she died.
Right.
To see if they can figure out where Sora is. And while she's doing that, she has to fight Xehanort.
Oh,
Alone.
good old Norty Nort. Oh boy.
Wild shock, she doesn't really win that fight. Just throwing it out there. She doesn't really fight, like, win well. It
Oh,
was
Jesus.
bad. You had to be there.
Had to be there.
You had to be there. But she kind of channels Sora, and then it's like her and Sora fighting him, and it was pretty cool. That part was neat. But what happens is she wakes up and she's trying to talk to Yenzo about it, and Riku shows up with the fairy godmother of all fucking people, who's like, I can help you guys, and I think I know what to do here. But Kairi, you can't come. It just straight up goes, you can't come. Riku has to do this, and Riku's just kind of like, car Keyblade on his shoulders, let's fucking get him. And
I love his Keyblade. I'm just gonna come out and
fucking
say
hate it.
What is up with that? I mean, he had better designs, I feel like. Oh, is the...
It's I have the Way to Dawn literally on my
Oh, there
wall.
it is right there. There, yeah, Way to Dawn. What happened to that?
Way to Dawn is
Oblivion.
great, but I feel like I just love the beautiful simplicity of it, and it also
I
looks like
fucking
the
hate
only
it.
Keyblade that would be a
Yeah.
practical weapon. You know what I mean?
Fenrir is a I believe that's what it's called, right? Fenrir.
Oh yeah,
It's a
Fenrir.
cool ass Keyblade,
Yeah.
but it just I just feel
know,
it
I'm not a
really
fan.
weird choice for
It
Riku.
was a
I agree.
very weird choice. It would have been a better choice for a more modern character. You know?
Yeah.
Except for the fact that, hear me out, where is Riku going?
Oh shit!
Exactly. Well, point that I
Where
was
could he have
making
gotten such a Keyblade?
is that Riku
Oh my god!
goes to the final world, and one of the things in 3 was there are these little sparkles, and they're all people. They're all people who just ended up there, and there's
Yeah.
someone there who goes, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. He helped me. I know Sora. He's in my world. And it just kind of like ends really with Riku being like, okay, I gotta figure out how to turn you into a portal because I am going.
Yeah, right.
And then Kairi asks to be trained by Aqua. That's also important. I just thought everyone should know that. Because I'm really hoping we get badass mage Kairi.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, please.
But important things to know.
Kyrie's
If
the
Riku
next
is
Zetaflare.
coming to our world, Car Keyblade makes sense.
That is
Yes.
true. That is
I
very
you know
true.
what? Yep.
Get
That's
me
it.
get me the cork board. Let me get my red string. I'm gonna make it all make sense.
Get a nice. Just get a little bit of a cigarette action going on
Yeah.
there. Get the keep the.
There is, I think, a
Line
secret
off, yeah.
ending in that game, which I haven't gotten to yet. So if it is, no one tell me what happens in the secret ending of that game.
tell you what, I completely forgot about it. I completely
Well,
forgot about that game.
Well,
I watched a homie play it like all the way through and was like, "Oh, that was fun."
That was fun. Goodbye. But yeah, then we kind of, there was a lull, and now we have the trailers for Kingdom Hearts 4, the extension of the Dark Roads, and a new mobile game coming out.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I'm very excited about all of it. The Dark Roads is a separate kind of thing from like Union Cross, where you're learning about Xehanort and Ericus going through like becoming Keyblade Masters and all of that. So I'm really excited because they kind of just ended it and there was never a continuation. So I'm really excited to see where it goes from there to kind of see how we get Xehanort how he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, because there's a part in there where they're like, maybe you should just trust the darkness. And now I'm like, ooh, hello?
Yeah.
Is that an option?
I mean, I feel like this whole series draws a lot. I don't want to say it draws a lot from Star Wars, but like it has a lot of parallels to Star Wars, where it's like, you know, we learn that the Jedi are good and the Sith are evil, you know, and Sora is a lot like Anakin Skywalker, where he's like, you know, he's kind of accepted the fact that he's not going to be a Jedi Master, and he's just like, fuck it, I'm going to go do my own thing. I'm going to do what I feel is right for the universe. And he goes and does what he's doing. But fucking, you know, it's not always clear cut. The Jedi are not always correct. You know, the Sith are not always wrong. So, which I like that. And that's what I feel like Kingdom Hearts is starting to doing, where the light is not always correct and the darkness is not always wrong. And
I'm just gonna say, I think Xemnas made some good points in Kingdom Hearts.
Xemnas
2, but
made
that's
some
just me.
excellent points in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, that man was spitting facts, no doubt about it. But I really like where that's going, because they are two sides of the same coin. One cannot exist without the other. And if that is the case, then neither of them can be wrong 100% of the time.
Yeah, there's a quote from Kingdom Hearts, and I believe it is in Birth by Sleep, where there's like a saying where it's like, yeah, you know, the light is supposed to fight the darkness, but it's okay if the darkness happens. You just have to pick yourself up and don't let it win. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, it's always going to be there.
Yeah, it's
like,
just a constant of life.
Exactly. I think that I'm just saying, listen, I could go on and on and on about my theories and shit, but all I'm saying is that I think Xemnas and Ansem and even Xehanort had made some pretty valid points in their time.
Oh, yeah.
That's
no, I mean, and I think those are the best antagonists, is ones that you can kind of like sympathize with. It's like, oh shit, I kind of guess I get what you're doing. You know, I kind of get it.
Yeah, it's part of why
questionable, but
yeah, you're right. But it's why I love the organization so much. Especially, it's why like Chain of Memories is like in my top, because you really learn like about how they're. I've explained it, and I think I've explained it to you before, Colton. I don't think Organization 13 are villains.
No.
I refuse to call them the villains of the series.
They're like anti-heroes.
I'll say Xemnas is, and I will say like Xehanort, because obviously that's like the overall like villain. But like the rest of them, I cannot look at them and go, they're villains. I just can't.
Right. They were fighting for something they thought was correct. And
they were fighting for something that they were lied to about.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, for all intents and purposes, they were the good guys. And that's, you know, when you're fighting for, even if it is a lie, even if it's perceived, if you're fighting for something that you believe is right, I don't think you're the villain, you know, and what you do with that information after you find out it's a lie is very important. And we see that with the organization. We see that with the original Organization 13. They pretty much turn on Xehanort. And
yeah, they're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, I was going to say,
they were the good guys all along.
I feel like I'm about to pull like a Five Nights at Freddy's like moment here. But
shit.
to take a quote from the
bite of 87?
Oh my god. So actually, Pat. No, I'm sorry. Actually, Markiplier, it's the bite of 83. To take a line from the Kingdom Hearts character art book that came out recently. Ienzo has a quote where he's like pretty much saying, "Hey, we fucked up, but now whatever I do is to make my mistakes better and to fix what I did." And it, like, really is, like, he was lied to and told, hey, you don't have a heart. You have to do this. Only to find out he was never heartless in the first place. And they actually were all somebody's the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Which was always a very confusing point. I was like, why did these guys look like normal people and then all the nobodies look like creatures? Like,
actually, technically they were nobodies, but the difference is that nobodies have will.
Yeah.
So, Heartless don't.
Right, yeah.
Just why they're different. And then they were killed by the fucking Xehanort Keyblade, so that has a whole fucking thing going on with it. Whatever, not the point. Anyway, original Organization 13, perfect, chef's kiss. I'm just gonna, to get back to what we're saying, what do y'all think about the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4?
Ooh,
Besides the fact that we know that
Would you
Sora's
like to go first?
gonna be working at McDonald's.
Yeah. Sora gets a job.
I'm gonna love that burger flipping mini game. It's gonna be great.
I can't
You're gonna
wait.
love when Riku walks in and goes, "Hey Sora, can I get a six piece what I need a
nuggies?
nugget? Can I
Riku-
get the 6-piece Mickey nugget?"
Riku's after here to
Mickey
go. I gotta go save Kairi. And Sora throws his hat down. He's like, God damn it. I think that this is gonna be an incredible game. You know, first of all, what is with games today and grappling hooks? Where did the grappling hooks come from? I don't know. Like, every game is doing it now. I don't understand it, but I'm not exactly mad at it.
Mabel Pines did it first.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to know Mabel Pines did it first.
I don't know. I maybe she sparked the whole generation of grappling hooks, like Halo, Valorant, fucking Kingdom Hearts now. All's got grappling hooks. But whatever, that's fine.
They're fun.
They're fun.
I just think I think they
fun.
make movement really fun, so it's a lot like whoosh.
Yeah.
2 words.
And Kingdom Hearts really is going into this they're really sticking with their flow motion.
Yeah.
2 words. Spider-Man.
It's all
Peter Parker really making his mark here.
yo, don't give me hope like that. Don't give me Sora in the Spider-Man universe. You know,
They could, in fact, do a Marvel
They
world.
could.
They
I
already
mean, like-
did,
because
technically.
Sony
because
owns
Big Hero 6
Spider-Man and
is a
Marvel owns
Marvel
Disney,
movie.
so like they could do that.
I mean, there were hopes of seeing some Star Wars Marvel stuff in Kingdom Hearts 3, or more, because Big Hero 6 is technically a Marvel property. But
Yeah. It opens the doors, especially because of
I would love
where
to see,
Sora is
I
now.
said the reason why I said Spider-Man was because of to answer the grappling hook question.
Yeah.
Because of Spider-Man PS4 was like so wildly popular, and I mean, like, parkour in games is just fun, and I think we're like getting to the point where like those sort of like really complex systems kind of just come naturally, since everyone's kind of like using Unreal 4, and now Unreal 5
Yeah,
and Unity
I mean,
and stuff.
games
It's
like that have
you
always
get
been
more
fun.
creative with shit.
Games like that have always been fun, where you have like that hyper movement. Like, I'll even harken it back to Sonic Adventure 2. You know, like
Yeah,
when you got to do all the crazy like spin dash and homing attack shit. That was so much fun. Are you kidding me? So like, I'm here for it. I'm really here for it. But I really hope that we get Sora interacting with the real world a lot, and I really hope we get more Final Fantasy characters in this game, because God, the Square Enix have some properties that they could really throw into here. Like there was a game called Chaos Rings on the phone that kind of looks a lot like what they're doing with. I would love to see some of those characters come out. Bravely Default looks like a fucking beautiful addition that could happen here. Final Fantasy obviously is huge. Do some of the newer stuff, like the Final Fantasy 14 characters. I made that as a joke before, but kind of not. Like, I would love to see.
I mean, what if we
I
saw
think-
some pre-Final FF7 shenanigans?
Yeah, pre FF7,
You know what
or
I mean?
you can
Like,
even
bring
get
back some like Super Nintendo or NES.
I feel like I'm gonna go the exact opposite direction. I would love to see some Final Fantasy 15. Because I think obviously, I am a very big Prompto fan.
Oh, Prompto! I want to
but the
see
idea
Prompto
of,
and
like-
Cloud interact.
I just think Noctis, Prompto, and Sora just having an interaction, but also it's the closest to our world
Yeah,
that
Right.
like the Final Fantasy series has really gotten. There's cell phones, there's texting, there's fucking the regalia exists.
There's Rolls Royces apparently.
Yeah, for
there's
real.
fucking you could turn the car into a giant monster truck. Obviously that is so Kingdom
I
Hearts.
do that all the time with my Mazda.
Oh yeah, I've seen Colton's car actually just transform on the highway. So
Yeah.
Yep.
it all makes sense.
I
I think that would be really cool. I do think it'd be kind of lit to get like an Avengers thing going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
absolutely.
really cool.
Within that.
For sure. No, I think Marvel has huge huge. Because I mean, it could still be Earth and be like a Marvel Earth, right?
Yeah. There's also
Absolutely.
no
Stark
saying
Tower could still be over there and wherever the fuck land. I don't know.
wherever the
it's supposed to be,
fuck land.
That's the
it's
next
just-
Kingdom Hearts world is wherever the fuck.
I just can't wait to see Sora trying to get through fucking what is it, TSA with his Keyblade.
You just snap his fingers and it disappears. And they're gonna
Sir,
be
what
like,
do you say you need this
I'm sorry,
for?
have you seen how many chains that boy wears at a time?
God, yeah.
They're gonna be like, sir, we've told you all the chains. Him, I don't know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
But
They're
there's
in
also
the
like
fabric. I don't get it.
I really also would love to see what happens with Strelitzia, which is Colton. I don't know if you know, that is the girl who
Yes.
wakes Sora up there. And I said this in the podcast that ever was. She's Marluxia's sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
I needed everybody to know that
Important
because a lot of.
connection.
Also, you can see this little tidbit. Her little hair clips in her hair have the number that is Marluxia's number. In the
Yeah.
organization.
That's cool. That's
That,
really,
that is a
really
detail
cool.
I definitely missed.
Yeah, it's kind of. I thought it was pretty neat. I was like, oh, they're really trying to be like, hey, if you didn't play the phone game, you know. And also,
Go watch the
she's
YouTube video.
confirmed bisexual, so LGBTQ
Really?
plus.
Hell yeah.
Because she has a crush on the player character of the phone game, which could be any
Oh.
gender.
Oh,
We got a
shit.
confirmed gay, bitch.
Let's go.
Which is obviously all I care about. And then my one last thing that I want to point out about the trailer, because I just think somebody needs to. Why does Nomura gotta put zippers on everything? There is a building with an ad that is literally a zipper.
Yeah. Oh,
He
Man
puts them
loves his
everywhere.
zippers.
Yeah.
man loves his zippers.
Man does
Everyone
love
just
his
remember
zippers.
the Lulu dress really quick. So many
Yeah.
belts. But like, yeah, oofed. Oofed.
Yeah. Listen, you know what? I like the design. It's cool. Fuck it. I don't care. You know,
Why is there a zipper on a building, Nomura?
doesn't matter. It does not matter. We're all good. You know what?
Nomura,
Actually,
please stop.
you know what I was just thinking about is since
What?
we're getting into an era of games with DLC, I would love to see like the full Kingdom Hearts 4 is fleshed out. Great, fine. Then they go for DLC. Since Sora has come into Smash Brothers, I would love it if they did a DLC with a few Nintendo worlds.
Oh, baby.
That'd
Because
be pretty lit.
Sora is now confirmed in the Nintendo universe.
Yes.
So I would love it if, to kill two birds with one stone, they give a lot of these like older, less popular Nintendo properties some Kingdom Hearts worlds. Imagine a Sora F-Zero world.
Dude, my
No,
mind
we
went
should not
straight
let Sora
to
drive.
Metroid.
Metroid is getting the love it deserves now.
Oh, yeah, it's getting
So-
some love, but man.
Okay, hold on a minute. We all know where Sora's gonna end up.
Yeah, we all know where he would go.
In
Kirby.
Fire
He's
Emblem.
going to the fucking
Fire
mushroom.
Emblem!
Another character with a sword? Felix Hugo Fraldarius bursts through.
Oh my
Swords?
God. Let's not pretend
Someone
that
say
Sora and Raphael would not get along so well.
Oh
But-
my god.
Oh,
would
those
they
two
not?
fucking morons.
But yeah, that's just I think Sora should go to a Fire Emblem world. I think Sora should definitely hit up the Mushroom Kingdom.
He's already set up for a Star Fox world. He can just be in the gummy ship and
Right.
fight through the
Cube
Lilac
returns.
system.
The cube returns.
Oh, please, just give me a Lilac system gummy ship level, please. Oh my god. And then maybe an Earthbound world, which would be fucking
Oh, Christ.
awesome.
Oh, Christ. Dude, Gygus in 3D? Please.
Oh, they'll never
my
give us
God.
that.
No.
We're
getting
fighting to
chills
get
just thinking about
Earthbound
it.
fucking localized. You want them to fucking do that?
Oh, speaking of localization, holy shit, can I just talk about how cursed it is to hear Donald and Goofy speak Japanese?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Oh,
recognize
I was
the
gonna say
talent.
that's like something else I wanted to bring up. You just reminded me. Is them going to see Hades?
Yeah. That's
they're-
so cool.
everyone's really just trying to figure out what to do, and Riku's the only one really just kind of like, okay, I know what to do, bye. I didn't tell anybody where I was going. I'm just gonna go and pull a Sora.
I also love this kind of idea that all the Disney villains are also kind of waking up to the fact that they were also used.
Yeah,
And-
the round evil of Table, you know.
Exactly. I love that. And I would love to see them all come together. Like, come on, man.
But I
and then
think-
like it sorts shit out in their own universes. Like, fuck
Yeah.
yes.
Right, because the Kingpin's out of the picture now. Right?
Yeah.
I think
It's like,
the
oh
one
shit!
thing
I think there's about to be a power struggle on the dark side.
I was gonna say, I
you
think
know?
the one thing that I really want, and obviously, like, I could say a bunch of stupid shit, like Ienzo still being important, which will probably happen, but I want to know what's in the box.
What's in the
that
box?
too.
What's in the
fucking
box? Yeah, man.
Because we get,
It's
you know,
wrath.
the reveal that fucking a Zigbar, who is Braig, who is actually Lushu, which is a whole fucking thing. The fucking leaders are still there. They're still alive from the fucking phone game, and they're like looking at the box, and he's like, hee hee, I have the box. The fuck is in the box?
Yeah. I really hope
What is
it's
with
not
this damn
like.
box?
I really
I thought-
sincerely hope it's not nothing. Like they do the thing. It's like, oh, it was inside us all along. No, fuck that.
no,
Give me something
It's
in
I
the
the
think
box.
box, just like a Moogle or something. Hey there, Koopo.
Oh God!
Well-
It becomes the new sidekick character. No, please
No, I think
no.
I
They
genuinely
just open the box and they just hear like a boodle-doodle.
I think it's
no.
it's got the treasure chest opening noise.
Yeah,
And then it's like fucking Xehanort pops out of the box.
Would you
It's
like
got
to
my
me
treasure magnet
all
from Kingdom
along.
Hearts 1.
Oh my
Colton
god.
finally gets treasure magnet. All right. Well, I think that went very nicely. But to end our podcast, I thought it would be fun if we did a little Q&A, especially since I have not heard Conduit's opinions about some things, and because Colton, you just sat through a bunch of Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my God! It was like I need to play these games now. I remember we
Yes.
played one, and I was like, I don't know how much of this is for me.
That's
and then
because we didn't finish it, and B, you
True.
didn't get to 2. You
I didn't get to 2. You're right, but I didn't even get past. I think I got to the Tars. I think we finished the
We
Tarzan
finished the Tarzan world.
Yeah, that
and
was-
that was as far as we got.
But like I watched past that and I'm like, holy shit. This game is
Yeah.
so much like when you said it was dense, I didn't quite understand what that meant because, you know, I play Star Fox, I play Zelda. Zelda's the densest game I played. You know, and Zelda, for all intents and purposes, is not dense at all when you compare
Yeah.
it to this. Like, oh, speaking of, bro, can we get a Legend of Zelda Kingdom Hearts world as a DLC? Can we just see Ganondorf and Xehanort? Like, please, that would be so fucking cool. Anyway, like, it's so dense and it's so rich with lore. I want to play through it, and I really want to give it its due diligence.
It's on it's in like a bundle for like $30. You get every single game.
I
so
may or may not have already done that. So,
This is the best news I've ever heard.
yes.
All right. So I'm going to start us off with our first question in the Q&A, which is, out of the entire series, what is your favorite game? And obviously, I'll give my answers last.
Let's see. I mean, I have to go with Kingdom Hearts 2. It was so rich with lore. It answered so many questions about the Kingdom Hearts universe, and at the same time brought about the most questions of the Kingdom Hearts universe. And it was
As Kingdom Hearts does.
like I felt like I was being pulled in every single direction, but in a way that I could follow. And the worlds were so beautifully fleshed out. They were so much more dynamic than they were in Kingdom Hearts 1. And listen, you know what? We got to see fucking Sora and Jack Sparrow together. That was fucking awesome. Like, you know, it was just such a fun game. You can tell how much fun the developers had with Kingdom Hearts 2. The gummy ship levels were... Oh my goodness. They were beautiful.
Dude, yes.
So good.
Comes in clutch.
Oh, the combat was so nice and satisfying. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 is great. Like I can fuck with that game any day of the week. Like
Yes.
ooh.
Conduit. Which one was your favorite?
Oh, geez. Definitely, I gotta say 2. It took all the things that 1 did really well and just took it to the next level. I mean, it has my favorite Keyblade, first of all. We'll get to that.
Oh, yeah, we should talk about that.
I loved all the additional. I mean, I just loved everything. Yeah, everything about Kingdom Hearts. One that I enjoyed was amplified in 2, and it just how much of the story got developed, and it's like every 5 minutes you were getting some new thing in the story. It was just it was really just engaging to me. I don't know. It was just I don't know. I could go on forever about how Kingdom Hearts is my favorite, or Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite. Sorry.
No, a lot of people I speak to say Kingdom Hearts 2 is their favorite. I continue to be the odd one out every time. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance is my favorite game in the series. I love the combat system. I love that you get little creatures. I have the Komori bat tattooed on my leg because it is my favorite thing in the world. And I'm a sucker for anything that lets me play as Riku, which is why I like Chain of Memories is my second favorite game. Because just love that boy. Also, the story starts to get really dark and really deep, and there's a lot of mindfucky shit, and that just fucking vibes with me. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's so cool.
Okay.
I like this game.
Yeah. All right. My second question is, which is your favorite Keyblade?
Ooh, I have 2. I definitely
right.
have 2. Fenrir is one of them because, as I said before, it is a beautifully simplistic Keyblade, and I love those designs. I mean, I love the intricacies and the beautiful, beautiful designs of all of the other ones, but there's just something so perfect about Fenrir to me, where it's just the practicality of it, the way I feel like it would feel to hold, it doesn't look like an awkward weapon, that's how I'm judging it. But like, oh, it's so cool. And actually, there's another one that I really like. The Ultima Weapon looks fucking beautiful, only because I'm a simp for Final Fantasy. But, like, I really like the way that one looks because it's
there are
similar,
actually a few different Ultimate Weapons.
There are.
I believe
Kingdom
they're
Hearts
different
2
in every game.
The Kingdom Hearts 2 one specifically.
Okay.
Because it also doesn't look like a very awkward weapon to hold, and it does have those wonderfully beautiful, like oh my god, what's the word, accents or embellishments. Yes, it has those wonderfully beautiful embellishments, and I really, really enjoy it. And then can I do like an honorable mention as well?
Yeah. I'll allow it.
In Kingdom Hearts 1, the metal chocobo.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I like that one.
I forgot about that
really
one.
like that one. That one's cool. It's really, again, beautifully simplistic. It was Fenrir before metal chocobo walked so Fenrir could run. And I like that. I like that it looks like an actual key that I would use in real life. And it's cool. And the one-winged angel was also cool. So many fucking cool keys. Like, come on.
I thought you
Colton,
would
we're
have
cutting
really
you
liked.
I know.
I thought you would have really
Cut me
liked
off.
Lionheart. I believe that was the name
Lionheart
of
is
it.
also really cool, but I feel like, again, I like the embellishments, but Metal Chocobo took it for me. Something about it, Lionheart was really cool, though.
Yeah, we'll pass the question on to Conduit.
Definitely.
I know you
Wait,
have
Guardian-
one tattooed.
Guardian Soul. I wait, is that the name of it? Shit. Yeah,
Pretty sure.
yeah, that's the name of it. Guardian Soul. It's from Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean, I don't know why. I just totally. This is like the biggest brain fart of my life. Holy smoke. Yeah, Guardian Soul.
I was gonna be like, I'm pretty sure
Anyway,
that's its name.
It's a Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts 2. You get it from saving Auron in Hades. It's actually designed after his ultimate weapon from Kingdom Hearts 10. I wish.
We're not there yet.
We're gonna be
We're getting close.
85.
Yeah, you get it. It's based off of his ultimate weapon from Final Fantasy X because he's a Final Fantasy X character, and I also really like Final Fantasy X. So
Yeah.
I just got really attached to that Keyblade. I also, if I remember correctly, let me check. I even like. It's like even down to its statistics. It's just like it's just the Keyblade for me. Okay, it's just the Keyblade for me.
I could see it. Yeah. It also
So it's
again
got-
looks like a weapon that wouldn't be awkward to use.
Yeah. And so here's another thing I didn't realize, but makes sense. I mean, obviously from a gameplay perspective, but Keyblades have a length value.
Yes.
Yep.
And I was like, I had no idea as a young lad, because I just played whichever one had like the best hit power, hit power, you know what I mean? Like what can
Yep.
hit the hardest, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was like, wow, so cool. But I don't know. I've always kind of like, and with like the introduction of like Valor Form and everything, I was always kind of like, oh, now I have to pick like a second favorite so I can have two for Valor Form, whatever, and thinking about shit. And I don't know. I think I'm just a solo Keyblade user. Guardian Soul all the way.
No, that's
Listen,
valid.
You master one, and no one can beat you at it. That's it.
Nope.
It's true facts.
Guardian Soul.
100%. I've said it 100. Yeah, I was gonna be like, I've said it 100 times. My favorite Keyblade is the Way to Dawn. That's Riku's Keyblade. But following close behind is Rainfall, which is Aqua's Keyblade.
Oh my
That's a good
god.
one. Or wait,
Literally,
no. Can I'm gonna backpedal immediately because I totally remembered what my second favorite Keyblade was.
Tell me.
Leviathan from 358
Yeah.
over 2 days.
Yes.
That would be the Wombo combo, Guardian Soul and Leviathan. I don't know why I forgot that. I
looks
think my
like an
brain
axe.
is beginning to reduce in function, but
Oh,
I'm
What a
making it
mood.
work.
I was about to be like, the good news is that we're almost done. I got 3 more questions for y'all. The next one being, what is your favorite world?
Let's see. That's a tough one. That is a real tough one.
I can go first if
Yes,
you would
please.
like. Okay, so my favorite Disney world in the games is the Tangled World, obviously. It's my favorite movie. But my favorite non-Disney world is Radiant Garden. It's pretty much in every single game in some form. In the first one and the second one, it's Hollow Bastion.
Yep.
And then it becomes Radiant Garden, which is where it all kind of starts with, like, the organization. But it's so beautiful, and then to see it be this decrepit thing and slowly becoming back to, like, what it was, it really resonates with me.
Yeah,
that
that is definitely cool.
Mwah. Chef's kiss.
No doubt.
Let's see. I guess I'll
Colton,
go
you
next.
need a few more minutes? Or?
No,
Colton's
I think
favorite
I'm
Disney
good.
world is the Tarzan world. He loves the hippos.
I do love the hippos.
That's what I've heard.
Totally don't have any trauma regarding the situation. Totally don't have 6 hours in Kingdom Hearts 1 logged just trying to get over those fucking hippos. You know?
Not you.
Not me.
Not that guy.
No sleepless nights over that. But like, I love the Pirates of the Caribbean world. That was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy the dumb shit that Sora and Captain Jack Sparrow get up to. So much fun. And then if I'm going from Kingdom Hearts 1, I think Hollow Bastion was my favorite non-Disney world because oh my god, what a beautiful fucking level that was. And I love puzzle dungeons. I adore a puzzle dungeon. Give me that any day of the week. And also, you meet Beast in Hollow Bastion, and like he's just there to save Belle, and I'm like, my boy, my big hairy boy. Like, oh, he's so good, and he just joins up your party. He's just like, fuck a Keyblade. We're going to go get Belle, and I'm like, fuck a Keyblade. Let's go.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Yes, we love to see it.
Oh, it was so good. And just all the shit that happens in Hollow Bastion is so cool. Whenever we go back there, I'm just like, oh, yes! Like, oh, it's so good. Oh, so much fun.
Conduit, give me your answer.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Definitely my favorite Disney World was Big Hero 6. I thought that was
fun.
The San Francisco is like just like one of my favorite settings, and like that was a Pixar film, correct? I'm not.
Yes.
Or was it a? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Just that I love that movie. The fact that it was in Kingdom Hearts 3, and it like kind of it continued the story from Big Hero 6. If you've not seen it,
which is weird, isn't it?
It's like not. That's one of the I think the first, if one of the few, if not the first, Kingdom Hearts world that continued the plot line of the movie. You know.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic, and you know, I love me some Japan, and I also love me some San Francisco. So having both of them in the same place was pretty rad. And then Kingdom Hearts shows up, and it's like, oh well, this is just perfect. You know.
Yeah.
And but my favorite and I think I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon because I've been thinking about this the whole time, and then both of you said what you said, and Hollow Bastion and Kingdom Hearts 2 is definitely my favorite on Disney World.
Ooh,
like
yes.
as the sort of like base of operations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was just really cool. Like, you know, Leon, Yuffie, and Tifa kind of like running the show, like figuring out all this stuff. Scrooge is there running his store, you know, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and then fucking Scrooge. You know,
so
it's just
weird
like
to see.
That just
weird
felt
to see
so
Leon and
Final
Scrooge.
Fantasy to me, and it just like it was really cool, and I'm a big Final Fantasy nerd, so that was just like, and it was like really gritty and like industrial. And of course, you know, it becomes Radiant Garden, and I love Radiant Garden as well, but just like something about like the grittiness of it and just how decrepit it was. I'm a big on Urban Decay, if you want to hashtag Conduit Lord. Big on
Don't worry,
Urban
I'm
Decay.
taking
Love
notes.
that shit. Love that shit. So yeah, Hollow Bastion as like the center of operations in Kingdom Hearts 2 was definitely my favorite non-Disney World.
Yeah, very, 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 very cool.
I'm gonna merge the next two questions because I realized I didn't add a question in here that I really wanted to. So I'm just gonna merge the next two because it was favorite music track that wasn't the intro, and then your favorite intro. But now I'm just gonna say whatever your favorite music track is, just because you guys probably don't know the names of all the other tracks.
I actually do know the name of my favorite music track.
I also did the research and figured out my
Yay.
favorite.
Okay, this is great. Who wants to start it off?
I'll take the helm on this one.
Yeah, the resident musician.
Resident Spellician.
the Black Spellion.
Had to get the Yu-Gi-Oh reference in there.
Oh, I love a Dark Spellion.
It is from Dream Drop Distance, because I did spend a little bit of time with that game back in the day. It was called Digital Domination, I believe. I might have to look that back up, but it was from the Space Paranoids world in Dream Drop Distance, because I believe you visited that pretty early on, and that was like around the time also when I was like really getting into electronic music. So like just hearing that was like, oh man, this is like so badass, and Tron, and like this is like, it's the Tron Legacy stuff, and like that's really badass because that movie was dope, and Daft Punk was behind the soundtrack and all this that. So that was definitely my favorite, I think.
Yes.
Digital Domination.
Colton, what's yours?
I actually very much enjoy from Kingdom Hearts 1, Shrouding Dark Cloud. Very, very, very much. It's the boss fight music, you know,
Yeah.
and I feel like it captured that game perfectly because, yeah, it's this goofy kind of fanfare song, but it's also a little harrowing, you know, it's a little like, it's just in both of those courts enough to really portray what danger as a child feels like. You know what I mean? Like, Sora's not feeling like he's in any real danger. You know what I mean? That's how it is. He's a kid. He's supposed to be fucking invincible. And it feels like a dream this whole time. But there's something in the composition of that piece that conveys the underlying seriousness of the situation. And it's kind of very much like, have fun with what you're doing, but recognize the weight. And I don't know what about it speaks to that. I think it was the choice of instrumentation with the big band in the background. A lot of the horns in the background kind of just make it much meatier and darker, even in those little light notes. I think that's so cool, the way that they can just tell this story through a singular piece. You know? Like, it's... Mwah, I love it. I love it so much. Like, resident music historian here. But, like, you know, you see it a lot in history in operas where they tell the story with the actual music, not the actual words. So there's a lot of times where it's just instrumentation and they tell the story that way. And it's just, it's one of those. I really like it.
My favorite is a toss-up between, it's called Scherzo de Notte, which is the battle music from Hollow Bastion.
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts 1. And then Sinister Showdown, which is just the battle music in Kingdom Hearts 2 with the Nobodies, I believe. And it's just one of my favorite songs. Like, just, you hear that, and I'm just like, I shit you not, my fucking alarm to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, it's...
That gets me up. I'm like, the Heartless are here!
Just rip your Keyblade off the wall.
That's why it's there. It's above the bed, so I can grab it and go.
Absolutely.
You never know when the darkness will hit.
Not does look like a Heartless, so...
It's true. Know. She does look like a little shadow Heartless.
Oh, precious baby.
And then I'm going to throw it in as, like, the plus to that favorite intro.
I don't know. I don't want to go first on this.
I'm going to go first. It's the Kingdom Hearts 3 intro song, Face My Fears.
Yeah.
That's
good.
My favorite. And then followed is Sanctuary, because that's a fucking classic.
I'm just going to go with Kingdom Hearts 1, a good old-fashioned Kingdom Hearts 1 intro. You know, like, good old-fashioned, remove it from YouTube so you don't get copyright stricken. Like,
it's why all of my streams start on the save menu.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't have that music play.
I know. One would say it is the most simple and clean of all the intros. You know, just... Although, I will say, I remember in the start of my research, I sent you a picture of Sora standing on the beach at Destiny Island. I'm like, look, I know this game is supposed to be super serious and super important, but why the fuck does this look like a screenshot out of Jimmy Neutron?
Earlier times, God. Simple and clean.
Conduit, I'm going to send you that picture and tell me that doesn't look like a scene from Jimmy Neutron. Hold on.
I'm a little curious.
Well, hold on a minute. While that's happening.
Where am I getting that?
Yes,
I need Conduit's answer.
Jimmy Neutron or nah? Let's see.
Oh
hold on, wait. I still have to find it. Hold on, wait.
Like, is any of this Jimmy Neutron or nah?
Yeah, here it is. Okay. I'm going to send it to you right now. It's in your DMs.
I was fucking sobbing.
And I think you just like leave Sora alone.
I'm very sorry. That's exactly how I answered that.
Oh my god, that was so fucking funny. All right, it's still loading. Give it a second. It's got to load all those beautiful DNA Productions pixels. Pictures. Like, Let's see. It
My
should go through
exact
now.
response was leave him alone, LOL.
Jimmy Neutron. Okay, that's a bit unfair. I thought you were going to talk about like in-game engine.
No, it's the...
Like no, that's full ass. That's a full ass render, man.
It's a render, but it looks like Jimmy Neutron. Like, it's so.
Leave Sora alone.
Look,
This literally looks like the thing where they have the fucking three-eyed monkey at the end. Like, you know?
Oh my god. All right. We're going to kick Colton out of the podcast. And we're so close to the end.
This is now a mutiny.
Oh no! I always knew it would come to this.
I'm bringing it back really quick. Conduit, favorite intro.
Simple and clean. Planet B remix. Easy.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Good choice.
Ooh.
And then the question
Find
that
it on
I forgot,
Spotify. It's there. It's actually
It
there.
is. It is on Spotify. It's in my playlist.
Oh my god.
But my question that I forgot to put is favorite boss fight.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, you know the answer to this one.
Man. I'm going
Clayton,
with the
I
first
know.
thing on my head, but I'll let
I know
Colton go first.
Colton's is Clayton.
Oh yeah, Clayton's is my favorite, 100%. No. My
putting
favorite.
Clayton in his spot.
I must
That asshole
protect
outta
the
here.
gorillas.
All right, no, Colton, what's your favorite boss?
My favorite is the Alice in Wonderland boss fight. I love the design of that boss so much. I think it's so fucking cool looking. I don't know why. It's so awesome. Oh my god. That's all I have to say about it, but holy shit, man, does that thing look awesome. I love the fucking fire juggling. Like, I love the 5 faces that are also a hat. Like, I think that's so, like, it's so cool, man. I love the boss design of this fucking game so much. Okay, all right, enough of that.
Conduit.
Zemnis in Kingdom Hearts 2. I thought that was like some of the most badass shit I think I'd ever seen at that point in my life. I was like, this is so fucking crazy. And then he pulls out the lightsabers, and it's like,
Oh, yeah. You know
I
what?
was like,
Actually,
and then you're like scaling the building, and you're like hitting buttons and like all this other stuff, and then you're in the fucking nothingness realm, and he's like, this is the end. And I'm like, oh fuck.
And then he
like,
shoots all the lasers at you,
then
and you
he's
have to
shooting
mash the
lasers
buttons.
at you, and then I don't realize as a child that I need to hit 2 buttons, and Sora keeps dying, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Riku's doing the thing. But why isn't Sora doing the thing?
I actually just thought about, can I give you another one that I really like?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Like, I love Lexaeus. You know I love him. I love his fucking axe sword. Give me that. I want that. I need that in my life. But can we talk about Luxord for a second? Can we talk about the Remind boss battle with fucking Luxord?
Yes, we can. We could talk about Luxord any day of the week. You want to talk about Luxord?
Oh, I love him.
It's a wild card.
Oh,
Love him.
God. Oh my god! And when he was fading away, and Sora's like, "We'll play a game next time I meet. Let's play an actual game." And he's like, "I think I'd like that." I'm like,
My babies.
oh my god! I love that so much.
I feel like my answer is not going to come as much of a shock. My favorite boss fight is the Data Zexion fight in Kingdom Hearts 2. He can shoot meteors, and I think that's pretty neat because I can't do that.
That is a pretty, it's usually a sign of strength.
Man
Yeah.
is straight up Final Fantasy 14 limit breaking over you the entire time.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. And then followed up immediately is the Demyx fight in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Fucking Demyx, man.
Love it. What a
Fucking
top tier
Dance,
fight.
water dance.
Dance, water, dance.
Dance, water dance. What a guy. What a guy, Demyx.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Love it.
I do love the inclusion of David Bowie in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. That was great.
I think he really fits in.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Just out there, absolutely insane boy. Love him.
Yeah. But that's where I'm gonna call it. I want to thank you guys so much for going on this journey with me, especially Big shout out to Conduit for coming through and Colton for sitting down and watching the series and now going to play it.
I
Put
can't
That means
wait.
a lot to me.
I think I might stream it. I think I might stream some Kingdom Hearts every now and then and just
That would be-
see how
Don't
far.
steal my thing.
I'm not gonna steal your thing, I promise.
Don't steal my thing. I'm
You know what?
streaming
Oh
Kingdom
man,
Hearts.
Rain was getting all them viewers last time.
If
I
I,
did.
I
stream
want to get a
Kingdom
piece
Hearts,
of that pie.
if I stream Kingdom Hearts, I invite you to come and criticize everything I do.
I will. The first criticism is that you picked sword. Anyway, thank you guys.
I'm committing.
So
I'm committing.
much. What?
I'm committing to it. I don't
Of course
care.
you are. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Tryforce podcast. If you liked it, tweet at us. We all have Twitter. It's
Absolutely.
probably in the
Yeah.
description. I
It
have
will be.
changed my accounts to the Mystic Rain, and I think one of them has a VI at the end for the number 6 for Zexion. But I believe Colton, you're still at the same thing. Conduit, what is
Yes.
your Twitter? Drop your
Dude.
socials.
Yeah, check this out. It's at conduit_EDM.
If you want,
You fucking nailed
Electronic
it.
Dance music.
you can go check out any other podcast and see him in the episode description as well in our music credits. So,
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
absolutely. I've been linking you since day one, baby.
Since day one.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say something that I haven't gotten to say in a really long time. And I'm
Oh,
so
give it
excited
to
to
me.
say it.
Give it to me.
Thank you guys for listening, and tune in next week where we talk about something else.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good to have that back.
And your girl's back full time, babies.
Let's
See y'all
fucking
next
Let's do it.
week.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, was
Yeah.
any of this even real?
Or not.
Or nah. Dead ass.